ScoobTober is back and we head into Halloween, an episode that aired on Be Cool Scooby-Doo during Season 2, Episode 7. A number of years ago, Fred and his friends, Rosie and Scott, go trick-or-treating on Halloween night. Scott decides to cut through the woods to hit a house 2 blocks over, but Fred insists that they stay on the sidewalks. They go in the woods and find an old house. They enter and find it empty, only to be scared by a witch. Moments later, they arrive with the police. The kids try to show them the witch's house, only to find it's gone, which leads the officers to tell Fred to let this mystery go. In the present day, Shaggy is preparing for Halloween at a neighbourhood inn. Velma claims that Halloween is not about candy or costumes, but ancient Gaelic tradition. Fred, however, is lying in bed, stating he is not going out on Halloween because of multiple failed mystery-solving attempts. This includes...
is really...
Tommy, I found your candy. What are you doing, you awful man?
Okay, I'm gonna need everybody to line up in an orderly fashion so I can rip your faces off.
I tell you, the body was right there.
You terrible man!
How'd you even find me?
After being promised no more mysteries, he eventually decides to go trick-or-treating, but doesn't last very long as Fred sees the witch's house he saw when he was a kid. Shaggy and Scooby decide to trick-or-treat there anyway, but find it empty. Same situation that happened with Fred all those years ago. Suddenly, the witch appears, chasing the gang all across the neighbourhood, only to end up chasing Fred, Daphne and Velma instead of Scooby and Shaggy, to which they pick up on this and are upset that the witch decided to chase the others and not them.
What? Suddenly we're not good enough victims?
Seriously? You're chasing them?
Do my ears play tricks on me? You younglings dare to challenge me?
Regrouping with the rest of the gang, they suddenly hear loud noises coming from the neighbourhood watch officers named Mrs. and Mr. Clunes. They ask the gang questions about their purpose in town and any involvement with the witch, to which they deny. The Clunes then tell them to head back to the inn, but warn them of an ex-neighbourhood watch member called Martha who has been removed for being too negative and suspicious. Fred reveals to the gang that he saw the witch and her house when he was a kid almost 11 years ago. Explaining all that happened, we understand why Fred believes he cannot solve a mystery on Halloween, because the witch was the only mystery he could not solve. Hearing this, Velma recounts the legend of an old witch named Baba Yaga, who lived in a house in the middle of the woods and could walk around with chicken legs, to which Fred believes the house is a clue and decides to go back there. On the way there, Daphne notices that some of the houses don't have any decorations on them anymore, and Fred explains it's because people are scared that the same thing happened 11 years ago. Velma does research into this, and we find out towns across the country cancelled Halloween for good after a witch attack, and with each case the witch's house vanished into thin air, only to appear again in another town.
They all canceled Halloween for good.
Let me guess. After a witch attack?
Bingo. And in each instance, the witch's house vanished into thin air.
Well, the house is still here now. Let's get a closer look.
Upon entering the witch's house, the gang find a cauldron along with books on ancient spirits, along with copper and mercury, and Fred finds an old map with an X on it, with towns that the witch has visited. Suddenly, the house starts to move, sprouting chicken legs, with all members escaping except Shaggy and Scooby, leading to a chase scene involving Fred, Daphne and Velma in the Mystery Machine. Back at the inn, the gang come to terms with the troubles of Halloween not being the same, with Velma stating they can enjoy Halloween with the ancient traditions and how the witch understands that. This is when Fred realises that this is the key to the whole mystery and comes up with a trap. The witch and the house are about to enter a new town and Fred arrives there to stop her. She charges at him, but Shaggy and Scooby make a house slip on candy, causing it to fall over and get destroyed. The witch emerges and tries to scare Fred, but he doesn't budge. Velma and Daphne then emerge from a pile of leaves as zombies, scaring the witch, leading to her capture.
Welcome to the Zombie Velma Apocalypse.
Fred reveals that the witch is actually Mrs. Clunes and that her husband helped her and could be found in the house.
Her husband helped her too. You'll find him in the house, but I don't know if he'll come out without a fight.
Nah,
I'm cool. I'm surprised you made it this long, honestly.
Explaining their motives for their actions, it turns out that they hated commercialization of Halloween even more than Velma did. So they used the legend of Baba Yaga to scare the locals, converting a mobile home into a house with chicken legs and make it look like the legend is real. And that's the tale of Baba Yaga. Not a man with a pencil, but a couple's desire to ruin Halloween. And thanks for watching ScoobTober. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Remember to subscribe and join me tomorrow for another tale.